8 ball. The match is 2 out of 3 sets with a race to 8 in each set. Cue ball fouls only, resulting in ball in hand anywhere on the table. You must call every ball in every pocket if it's not obvious. The winning player, has the option to break or have his opponent break. If you make a ball in the break, it's considered an open table and you have a choice of either solids or stripes. You can play caroms and combinations, but you must hit a ball from your group first. The 8 ball is not a neutral ball and you cannot strike it first. Are there any questions? No. Gentlemen, leg for break.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Reyes wins the leg.
It's the biggest night in pool history.
To claim 2 out of 3 sets. Efrenreyes went through 2 days of competition in dramatic style, surviving to get the first crack at the King of the Hill.
Well, he makes the ball in the break, and he has his choice, solids or stripes. It's 8 ball. Once he chooses the group, he then has to clear the table of all those balls, then shoot the 8 ball to win the game.
Right here, he has the stripe balls are in a bad position, or there's two stripe balls that are, together
there.
So I think he's going to go for the low balls right here, starting with the 1 ball.
1 ball in the corner.
Lori, John, talk a little bit about some of the nuances for the uninitiated between 9 ball and 8 ball. If you boil it down, a lot of the players at this event have said what 9 ball is to checkers, 8 ball is to chess. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. 8 ball is there's no luck involved in 8 ball. I mean, you have to run out in 8 ball, and if you run out and if you get bad position on the last ball or something, you're finished. There is no getting it back in 8 ball.
Now, EFREN is a Hall of Famer, and the reason he is here is the 42 best players in the world, including all the Hall of Famers, played round-robin matches for the last 4 days. And of all of those players, the best 42 players in the world, EFREN came out on top. And that's why he's facing Mike SIGEL. And this is a huge match. It's the match really of the century. It's the match that everyone in pool around the world have been dying to see. Half the people in the world think Efrenreyes is the greatest player who's ever lived. The other half think Mike SIGEL is the greatest player that ever lived.
5 in the corner.
Efrenreyes absolutely can do things that I don't think I've ever seen before. That was a great shot.
That was unbelievable. He had to play it off that ball. They call that a carom shot.
Exactly, and the average person probably wouldn't have done that.
3 in the corner.
Couldn't have done it.
Certainly not on purpose. Oh, and he couldn't get it to drop into the corner, so we'll see the king for the first time.
Unbelievable. Laurie, what happened here? Was this nerves? I mean, this was not a...
I'm thinking it's just nerves right now. You know what? He jumped up on the shot there. It's definite nerves.
There it is again. Now, it's important that people at home know we're playing on very traditional equipment. The pocket size on these tables are like it was 30, 40 years ago when Fats and Mosconi were playing. They were only 4.5 inches maximum. A lot of the tournaments people see on television today, the pockets are 5 or even 5.5 inches. And EFREN would have made that on the easier equipment. This is traditional pool. And that's one of the reasons he missed that ball.
Absolutely. I mean, it hit inside the pocket, if you would notice, but he just didn't hit it in the middle of the pocket.
This is a tough shot for SIGEL. Watch this.
Oh, what a good try. He tried to break those 2 balls up right there. That was a fabulous try.
Almost did it.
That's the kind of skill that the pedestrian pool hall player and the guy that plays in the fraternity house and the firehouse is not going to be able to master in a couple of days.
Exactly. There's a lot of people at home right now who would say, gosh, I could have made that 3 ball. But again, tight pockets and the pressure are going to get to the players.
Now, you played, Mike, in this arena. see what he does here. Then I want you to tell us about the pressure that these players are facing. John.
And Mike tanks one.
That's the pressure right there.
Boy, a couple of Hall of Famers with an early case of the yips.
Now here's, see
Kevin
if he moves.
Four ball in the corner.
Well, he kind of
I
jumped
think
up a
he
little.
jabbed a little bit at it. It just didn't have a nice stroke on it.
This is once again not to understate the importance and the significance of this. It's the largest prize pool in the history of the game. And as highly decorated and skilled as these players are, anybody's going to feel a little bit of the heat in a situation like this.
The first 2 racks, you're going to see a little bit of the jitters. Once they get over that, the match is going to go fast.
Well, I remember you, Lori John, in your match against Mike Siegel in the first ever IPT event, saying that you were as tight as a drum through the almost first full game.
Probably for the whole match.
8 in the corner.
For the game.
Look at
And
that.
first game to Reyes. So Reyes with his second break. And this time nothing drops. So an open table for the king.
Now Mike Siegel was voted the greatest living player in the world by Billiards Digest magazine.
Mike could be playing to an argued disadvantage in that, as the king, he hasn't had to go through the field. He doesn't necessarily have a quote-unquote tournament stroke right now because all of his racks have been practice racks, whereas EFREN has had 2 full days of competition.
Absolutely. You know, even though he's played on this table and practiced on this table all week, there is nothing like being under the pressure. You have to be under the pressure.
If you have an option, Lori John, would you rather be the king and have people coming at you fresh, or would you rather be out there playing in the field to have your stroke down?
I'd have to say playing in the field. Get my jitters out in the beginning and come on and play that final.
Now I talked to Efren earlier in the practice room. He had just flown in from Japan for this tournament, and he played 2 full 12-hour days, 5 matches each day. 2 days in a row, and I asked him how he was feeling, and he said tired. He said he only slept 4 hours last night. He couldn't sleep. He said he was, excited for the tournament, but also the jet lag and the fact that he's been on his feet playing for, 12 hours, 2 days in a row. He's tired. Mike is fresh, but of course that could mean he's, maybe not in stroke.
Both, you know what? There's a disadvantage in both in that spot. Because when you are in the finals, it is hard to sleep. I can definitely attest to that. you can't go to sleep, the night before, and you wind up getting only 4 hours sleep. Mike is Mike's chosen the low balls. The only thing Mike has to worry about is the 11 ball and that 8 ball are frozen together.
And again, for the uninitiated, it's not just a question of one shot at a time. When you play at this level, players like Siegel and Reyes are constantly thinking about the next shot. Absolutely.
If you just heard Mike, Mike just made a comment after he made the 2 ball. He said, I should have hit them after the 2 ball. That was stupid. I mean, that's what he just said, and he wanted to break out that 8 ball right then.
5 ball.
Now, where does he want to leave the cue ball after this make?
He's going to shoot the 1 ball next. Or possibly the 3 ball and break them up now and then the 1 ball.
It's either the bank or the bust.
Yeah, see. And
exactly
he's
as you described, yeah.
I can't believe it.
That's the problem with 8 ball. People don't understand. 9 ball is dictated 1 through 9. There is no choice on what to play. But in 8 ball, when you come down to 2 balls being tied up, you've got to break those out in the beginning, because if you wait till right now he's in a tough spot here.
Well, I'm going to go for the bank. You may want to get.
Now he's talking about banking the 8.
Yes.
He's figuring he's going to clear his last 2 balls, and he's figuring that he has to bank the 8 for the win.
So he'll play the 1
1
ball.
ball.
Come down for the 3 ball.
Leaves himself in a great position as well.
I try and break it except for that ball.
And what he's talking about there, he would try to break them up, but there's no guarantee that he's going to get a shot on the 8 ball because the 14 ball's in the corner and the 13 ball's in the corner. So he's choosing the right shot
Bank
here.
it here.
Yeah, now he's got to go.
8 ball
This is
cross side.
a tough shot. You know, you could make this 10 times in a row or miss them 10 times in a row.
To tie the set.
Nope.
Oh, he missed.
Goes long every time, huh?
Wow.
Here it is.
And that's just a miss. I mean, you can't.
What's he referring to when he says it goes long every time?
Well, that time he did not go long. He actually went short. If he wanted to go long on the bank shot,
Well, I think what he was saying is, because he was practicing on this table earlier, it was going long every
13
single
or
time.
every time.
So he was assuming it was going to go long, and all of a sudden, boom, it goes short.
And that's something that we talked about before, Kevin, was practicing in the morning before the people enter and before the camera lights are on, changes the table.
Effort could go up 2-0 here.
Well, Mike Siegel was an 8 ball away from tying up this first set at 1 game apiece. He's left a rather full schedule of balls for EFREN but as we've seen too many times in this series, Reyes only needs one opportunity so often. And the king is hoping he didn't leave a wide open table.
14.
1 foot on the ground, makes a difficult shot.
See, now that was very bad position there, Matt. He came up very short on that shot, to where now this is, instead of being an easy shot, it's
15
just
ball.
a little bit more difficult.
Making it look easy, however.
He's known as the magician because when
11
he does
ball.
get out of position, he comes with these incredible shots.
He makes anything. He makes impossible shots. I've seen him do things that you can't do.
9 in the corner.
Boy, Reyes began this with
10
all
in the
7
corner.
of his strike balls on the table. Mike Siegel again just the 8 ball away from tying up the set at 1 game apiece. Instead, he's looking at the very real possibility of falling behind the magician 2-0.
8 ball on the side.
And Ephraim is going to keep the break. And you know, I watch Ephraim in the games. You know, he can break and run 5 or 6.
Game 2.
It does make a
The
huge
Reyes
difference
leads 2
whether you're
games to
playing
none.
in tournaments versus practicing at home or playing in local tournaments. There's something different about this atmosphere. You have to get over that.
Now, Efren made a ball. And not that, for those people at home, when you make a ball in the IPT Tour, you have your choice. You can either choose solids or you can choose stripes, even though he only made 1 ball. He has the choice.
Again, the balls are breaking up very good all the time, but you still have some balls that are tied up that are an issue. The 3 ball and the 10 ball are near each
14.
other. And when I played Mike
13.
and missed a shot in the first game, and he won that first game, kind of set the precedent. And his words might come back to haunt him.
Yeah, he missed that shot. He didn't stay down. He's been working on that. He didn't stay down.
12 ball.
We're really seeing the contrasting styles of these 2 Hall of Famers as
11
well.
ball.
Efren very workmanlike, rarely talking at the table. Mike Siegel as chatty can be.
He doesn't like this.
Well, I don't know if he was trying to come back to break the 10 and the 3 ball up, or he can possibly make it somewhere. I guess it goes in the corner. Yeah, it goes in the corner.
Fans really appreciating the work of the magician here, including some celebrities who are with us. Joey Fatone, formerly of NSYNC, a big Broadway star now, and Debbie Gibson.
8 ball in the corner.
Three nothing Reyes.
He's going straight inside. What is this?
I was just going to mention that Mike just said that
What
one
the heck
ball,
is
it's like
going
that
on here?
second
Two balls
ball
are going right
is
in.
going
He's
right in the
marking.
side
Two
pocket
balls
every
going right
time. That's the ball that I make when I break, and it's just the way you hit them.
Both went in. I had him 100 miles an hour to do that.
Well, Efren keeps the break once again. Well, you almost get the sense that after that early miss, Reyes is back to his automatic self.
Throw in racket. God, I couldn't get one of these to start with.
Those are the grousings of a very nervous king of the hill, folks.
1 in the corner.
You know, the men talk about, the break being the biggest thing, but even though Efren is not, maybe the power isn't behind his break as much as Mike's, but he's hitting the ball so solidly, and the cue ball's ending up in the middle of the table that he's getting a shot, and the balls are, that one ball's going in the side
6
pocket
in the
every
side.
time. And Efren's loosening up. Look at his stroke.
Oh, believe it. Smooth as glass. And meanwhile, Mike Siegel's thinking about buying one of those trucker's cushions for his
7
chair.
in the corner. 4 in the corner.
Well, this is the kind of form that Efren Reyes has shown all throughout this event.
5 in the corner.
Well, Efren Reyes right now, unless something dramatic happens, he looks like he's going to take the first set.
But he could break and run the next 3 games.
Very easily.
8 in the side. Game 4.
For the magician.
Tell you what, Siegel is sitting there shell-shocked right now.
I'm about to shoot again.
He's got a couple cornermen there that he talks to. He's got Billy and Cardona, who's on the IPT tour, and also his longtime friend and fellow Hall of Famer Nick Varner.
So Reyes up
Game 5.
4 games to none.
Now let's look at this one ball, the head ball. See if it goes in that side again.
It's not the one ball I don't think it's going. It's that second. Okay, that was different. It was that second ball that was going inside.
Mike finally gets a chance to shoot. Where are the problems here, Louis John?
Right there. The 10 and the 11 ball. Those are the only 2 balls really that are possibly an issue. Everything else is fairly open.
Fans encouraging Seal to, quote, talk it out and let him get comfortable here.
Boy.
Let's listen to what he has to say. He usually commentates his own table.
Well, this is not an easy run out. He doesn't have a great opening shot.
Solid, to be honest.
I mean, if you really look, he just said he wants to
but-
make a solid. He wants the solids, but he can't make one.
I don't want to shoot the 7 first.
He's got a tough shot. You want an easy shot for your first, sitting for 4 games. You want an easy shot, and Mike right now does not have one. So he has to come with a good shot, stroke through, stay down. He's going to shoot the 14 right now.
So he's picking stripes, which is what he didn't want.
It's not that stripes
Hold
are
on a
bad.
minute.
Solids are just a little bit.
Boy, it's got to be a trick.
Watch an Efrem run out, and now he's got a really hard shot to keep going. Otherwise, Reyes gets in, runs the table again.
But it's the right shot.
Nope.
No good.
And he can't get it to run down the rail. Wow.
Now, again, tight
Can't get
pockets.
started.
There it is.
Can't get started.
He had a very
Just can't
difficult,
get started.
very
That's all
difficult.
that's got to do is drop. You know what I mean?
Table is still open.
Tight
No,
pockets
I can't
and
get
tight
started. I can shoot
player,
14.
Kevin.
If I get tied up, I lose the game. I mean, I just can't get loose.
He needed an
I
easy
do is
shot
make
on
that
that
ball.
shot. if he shot the 14 ball, the odds of him getting out, if he didn't get perfect to shoot that 11 ball, he was finished anyway. So he chose the right shot.
An open and friendly table for EFREN with a number of easy shots to choose from here to start.
That wasn't that tough. All I got to do is hit it decent. I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Whatever. I know. I can't get nothing to get going with.
Mike Siegel sounds like we pulled him right out of a Sopranos episode. What you gonna do, huh?
He's been doing that his whole life.
EFREN's whole life has been devoted to pool. And as is the case with so many of the players in the IPT from the Philippines, guys, you know, they'll play all day, all night, for days and days at a time.
They live in the pool room, sleep under the table.
You know, when you look at the 3 players who were the possible, players to go against Mike Siegel, they were all Philippines.
That's right. Francisco Bustamante, Marlon Manalo, and of course EFREN Reyes.
7 ball in the corner.
Two misses so far by the reigning king of the hill, Mike Siegel. And as hot as EFREN Reyes is running, he just can't afford to give him that many more second chances.
The good part about this format is it's best 2 out of 3 sets.
Right. It's the first player to win 8 games wins the set, but you have to win 2 of 3 sets.
The nice part about the second set is like it's like a brand new thing.
6 ball on the
side.
side.
So the players should come out refreshed.
Lori, John, let me ask you this. Between sets, would Mike consider going to a practice table just to shoot a little bit? Because he just hasn't been on his feet much here in this match.
No, I think Mike knows he's ready. He just needs a shot. He needs a straight-in shot in the corner pocket or in the side pocket, something easy to start a momentum.
For a 5-0 lead in this very important opening best-of-3 set.
Game
5-0 Reyes.
5-0. EFREN's on.
You know what I mean? It's looking to make 3 in a row, that's all. It's a different rack again. Look at this. Unbelievable. Kicked in.
Reyes will keep the break again. So in 4 of the 6 breaks, he has kept possession, if you will. Only twice did he not sink a ball.
The setup here, fairly open. He's probably going to take the low balls because the 3 ball is blocking the 10 ball. He can play the combination in the 7 ball into the 1 ball in the corner pocket. And everything else is fairly wide open again.
EFREN is not known as one of the best breakers in the world. He has a good break.
4 ball.
But he's breaking very well today. He's making a ball on his break, moving the balls all over the table, spreading them out, which is allowing him to run the table. And sometimes the balls, you know, just run a little funny.
5 ball.
Well, you know what? Some tables, too, do not like hard breaks, if that makes sense. You know, the atmosphere, sometimes you have to break them a little softer in order to get everything not
7
tied
into the
up.
1.
So he's shooting the combination now, 7 into the 1. Great shot.
Perfect.
7 in the corner.
Well, the magician's still rolling. And now just an 8-ball away from a 6-0 lead.
Well, this isn't the easiest shot in the world, is it, Laurie John?
No, it's not, because the 10 ball, he's got the 10 ball. He has to maneuver around that 10 ball. Again, nothing's
He's known as a shot maker and aggressive feat, to say the least.
Like you said, Kevin, though, he is known as a money winner. So when the cash is high.
Well, Mike may have a chance here.
Okay.
I tell you what, he flew out of the chair.
Which is good, but Mike needs to slow down right now. Look at the table.
This table is wide open, right, Laurie John?
Yeah, this table, he's going to shoot the 11 ball right here in the corner pocket, okay, right now. And what that's going to do is that's the shot he needs, not a difficult shot.
11 ball in the corner.
He's going to just come out. He's going to shoot the 11 ball. He's going to come out for in the middle of the table.
Bounce.
And he didn't hit it very well. Oh,
God.
my goodness.
Don't tell me I can't hit the 9.
He
huh?
can't hit
You
the
can't
9.
hit the 9.
He can't hit the 9.
This is unbelievable here. This is, huh? What's the deal here now? Tell me what's going on here today. Look at this. I mean, what's going on here? Huh? I can't make one in a row. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I hope I make it, but I wouldn't hold my breath here. That's all I can tell you.
If he tries a shot, that's the only one
And
he has.
he doesn't even have the whole pocket to shoot at. He's only got half of the pocket to shoot
Exactly.
at.
14.
Which again, with 4.5-inch pockets, are not a lot of room for error.
Not even
Ah.
close. Get in there.
Oh, and a scratch on top of it. Just to salt up the wound.
Punching every ball. I mean, what is this? Just didn't even stroke that either.
Did he
He
pick
didn't.
up again
He
there?
made 2 in
He
a row
picked
yet.
up and he did not stroke the shot.
Punched the ball,
He punched the ball. He did not stroke the shot.
misses and scratches.
Unbelievable.
Ball in hand now for EFREN, which means he can put the ball anywhere on the
2
table.
ball in the corner.
And everything's wide open. Again. When Mike hit the first shot, the 11 ball, from sitting 5 games, 5 straight games, 6 game, is it 6?
Yeah, it's five.
Five straight games. From sitting 5 straight games, he could not even stroke the ball hard enough to get it into
One
the
in the
middle of the
corner.
table.
3 misses in 6+ games by the current king of the hill. And he's very much in jeopardy of going behind 7-0 in this first
I can't
game.
just make it and wind up in the jaws. What am I going to shoot? You know what I mean? You got to like force it over here and here. You know what I mean?
He's talking
6
to
ball.
I
longtime
couldn't
friend
think
Nick
right
Varner,
there. Finds it away.
Hall of Famer.
Over here, I had to go like this. Of course, I could have played the 15. I could have just eased it down. Maybe you're right.
4 in the corner.
What do you say if you're his corner man? If you're in Mike Siegel's corner now, you want to make him feel good. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're right, Mike. You're okay. You're okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to do that. You know what? If you're a corner man, you've got to pump up the person that you're trying to inspire. You know, you don't want to tell him that he's doing things wrong, and you need to pump him up.
Not the time for hard instruction, I suppose.
Definitely not the time.
Make them in a row. What is going on here?
EFREN obviously is incredibly
7 in the corner.
confident right now. He feels good, and again, he's been playing against the best players in the world for the last 2 days. He's played 10 matches in 2 days against the best players in the world. So he's, you know, they call it having the numb stroke. He's like in dead stroke right now and very confident.
5 in the corner.
You know, a statistic that happened yesterday, Marlon Manalo, almost went to this tournament undefeated.
That's right.
And Marlon had EFREN And Efren beat him 8-4.
Came back to win, exactly. And, you know, Marlon was playing like God up until then in the tournament.
3 in the corner.
Played 16 matches without a loss. Came up against Francisco Bustamante, lost a heartbreaker, and then against Efren. And whoever won that match was coming into this tournament.
Well, he's got a layup with the 8 ball here.
Take a commanding lead. He missed. Oh, almost missed that ball.
Game with the Reyes.
7-0 for the Magician, and this gets.
But this game, if he breaks and run outs, he wins the first set.
And for the second straight break, nothing drops for Reyes.
That's what Mike
And watch and look at this.
Those 2 balls are tied up.
And that's the cue.
Tell me how tough this game is. Now, how do you like this action, huh? You know, here's the funny thing is I feel like I'm playing perfect. I ain't made 2 in a row yet. Figure that. All right, I'll bank it. Here.
1 ball cross corner.
Now, if Mike makes
Right.
this,
Like 20-1.
Is that his best shot,
here we
Larry
go.
John? Is
His
that
only shot.
I mean, that's the only.
this is his only shot.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? What?
There's no
You're shaking your head?
opportunity.
Where's my corner man? Play it. Short, just what I thought. See you later.
You know, he's joking about this on the outside, but he's dying inside.
He sure is. You know, that's really hard. You know, he lets a lot of air out by talking, and that's why he got the nickname the Man.
Is this an easy layout for Efren, Larry John?
Yes, it is. Again, he's going to shoot the low balls. Nothing's tied up. Everything has a pocket. I'm looking at the ball. The only area
1 in the corner.
there's 3 solid balls in a row.
Now, I talked to Efren last night after his win against Marlon to get into this final. And he's played Mike before. And I said, how's your record? And he goes, Mike has the edge. They're pretty close, but Mike has had the edge in heads-up matches with Efren. But that was in 9-ball and straight pool, not in 8-ball. And certainly not in the last 10 years because Mike really has been pretty much out of the game for the last 10 years.
But that's why I actually liked Mike in this match, because he was such a great straight pool player. And straight pool and 8-ball are like the chess of pool, where 9-ball is mostly luck.
Just luck or shot making,
Yeah.
right? He's over this ball, not easy.
Well, it's
Just barely made that.
almost a foregone conclusion, barring a miraculous turnaround, that Mike Siegel will be down 1-0, perhaps in moments. What does he need to do, Laurie John, speaking of Mike Siegel, to get back in this thing?
He needs to go regroup. I think Mike just needs to take a break. He needs to talk a lot, get it all out of his system, and pretend. You cannot change the past. You cannot change the past. You have to just go ahead. All Mike has to look at is it's a race. You know, he has to win the next 2 sets.
Again, it's never been done before. Mike Siegel has never lost 2 sets to lose at a final table.
7 in the corner.
And the crutch will make its first appearance here. EFREN is very skilled in that particular shot.
And look at this.
This don't have to go. I'm telling you right now, this don't have to go. I'm telling you.
Mike is
8
saying
ball in
that
the
this
corner.
does not have to go.
The game and set.
I mean, you just never know.
So the first set for Reyes.
8-0 shell shot. Siegel shell shot.
Gentlemen, flag for break, please. This is set 2. Mr. Reyes leads 1 set
I don't know
to
if you
none.
need any luck, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
And this is really, Mike has not broken the balls yet, and the break is huge. So this leg,
It's imperative he
Hard
wins
again.
this lag.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man,
Missed it
lost
again.
again. Gee.
Wow.
makes any sense. He told his wife this morning he wished he was a little bit more nervous.
Interesting.
Well, Mike's going to have an opportunity.
Hey, look at this. Finally, he gets a shot.
Back.
13 ball.
All right, here he goes.
I didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do
boy.
that.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Jesus.
He was not looking to hit the 14 ball. He was looking to come 2 rails and out. He's a wreck right now. He needs to make this 10 ball in the corner pocket with authority, and he needs to run this rack out. And then we'll see the old Mike. Oh, he hit it.
He's made 2 in a row for the first time in the match.
Looked impossible. Slowing over with here.
There may be an element of just
Slowing
trying to
over
keep
with.
Efren seated for a while here.
Well, I heard him say, someone asked him, you know, run 8 in a row. He goes, I'm just going to win the game.
Right.
All he was thinking about was just winning a game.
Right.
Well, you got to take one ball at a time, one game at a time.
Hold on. I'd like to get this 12 and 11.
I wonder how much of this is just trying to keep Efren off of his feet for a while.
15.
I don't think that much. I think he's really playing the rack cautiously. I think
3
he's
in a
just
row.
being very cautious on
Not too good, though. Son of a gun.
what he chooses.
That's not too good.
Now, how is that not too good? He left
Because-
himself a pretty good shot, it looks to me.
That's the average person now. Now you're the average person saying, well, that's an easy shot. Well,
Okay.
it is an easy shot, but if you look, the 9 ball and the 14 ball,
Boy, oh boy.
he has to get
I'd like to get
perfect
on
on
the
that.
12
And the
first.
12 ball he wanted to get on first.
I see.
So now it's just, it's a little bit more difficult than if he got exactly where, a little bit more angle.
We're looking 2 shots ahead, sure.
Tricky. I hit this ball here. Well,
He either wanted a little
Hate
bit
to
more
do this.
angle to come off the rail or a little straighter
boom,
to
boom.
draw the
Gotta
cue ball
gamble, I
back.
guess.
This is what the average person doesn't understand either, how important position is. If you mess up on your position, if you don't achieve your position, you
Hit
don't
that
run out.
ball.
Yeah, and the position is after you make the ball in the pocket that you want, where do you want the cue ball to wind
I don't
up?
think I like
Exactly.
that either.
And you
Gonna catch
move
right
the
here.
cue ball around by the speed in which you hit the shot and the English where you hit the cue ball with the cue stick. Do you hit it low? Do you hit it left, right, high left, high right? How far high right? With what speed? With
I'm
what
going to
angle?
change strategy here.
And this is all the things that a beginning player doesn't do. They just try to make the ball. Mike's not only just trying to make the
11
ball,
ball.
he's trying to move that cue ball to the exact spot he wants it to go.
And that's the key word is exact, especially in 8 ball.
I don't like it.
Exact spot. Something that we're watching here too, I appreciate the fact that there
could
is
clip
no
the 8.
time clock.
All right, let's play the
no
11.
time shot to where we're seeing thoughts here.
Well, it's like a Tiger Woods lining up a putt.
Play a 12.
Now he chose this route, even though it's harder, but it's the only way he can get
12 in the corner.
on these 2 balls here.
On the, yes, the 14 ball and the 9 ball.
Boy, great shot.
Oh!
Roll, baby.
What a great shot.
That was, did you see how close that came to scratching?
There wasn't a lot of room for him to make that shot in
Now, wa-
between the 7 ball
He
there.
had to hit this with a lot of, very firm. Now look how close he came to scratching, but he had to, watch this, he had to play it this way. It was his only chance. That's why he said, I got to gamble.
Can I draw that inside the pocket?
9 ball.
Again, we're looking, there's a very
two-
little
2
room for
inches.
error between the 9 ball and the 8 ball to go into that
Play the
corner
9.
pocket.
9 in the corner.
2 balls to go and the 8 for the win, but not easy at all.
He's going to play
Oh.
the 14 ball in the
Oh, ball.
side pocket. Oh,
Couldn't hit it any easier.
Another great shot. This has been a tough course, a very tough diagram on this table for Mike Siegel.
It is. He definitely wanted to.
I couldn't draw it to the rail, I don't think.
He definitely wanted to stop in this position right here. Less angle on the 14 ball. Now he's got a big angle, and again, makes the shot a little bit more difficult.
It's going to hit here. 14.
14 to the side.
Hold your breath on this one.
Hold your breath is right. This is the key shot. He makes this. He wins the game because he can make the 8 pretty easy. He misses this. Efrenreyes. The balls are all laid up. This is the key shot right here. I mean, the pressure's got to be incredible.
Is he at all worried about knocking the 8 ball in here? Because as an amateur professional hacker, that's what I'd be worried about.
No, I don't think it's on the angle to knock the 8 ball. I don't think he has to worry about that. He just needs to worry about making it.
Missed it.
Oh, and he missed it.
Missed it a diamond.
That's the. See if he moves his head. See,
yeah,
he moved it up. He's not staying down on his shots.
Momentum, and now he has handed the table back to Efrenreyes.
This isn't automatic.
No, that's actually very
See, look at that.
shot.
See, that wasn't
Very
automatic.
good.
And again, Mike pops out of his chair.
Bear down. Well, I'm cutting this in. I don't know what's going to happen. That's what I'm shooting at. I'm playing it over there in that corner.
14 ball in the corner.
I got no clue what's going to happen, but I'm hitting it hard. I can tell you that right now.
Shooting the 14
That
ball.
would lose him the game.
Not even.
He did hit that 8 ball, though, afterwards.
Second miss of the game for Mike Siegel.
It looks like he's jumping up a little bit.
Overcut both balls.
Look at this.
3.
Now he overcut that 3. He overcut that 14 ball, and the cue ball did hit the 8 ball.
The 8, yeah.
You know, Mike spent a lot of time over the last day or so talking about how much more experience he has at a championship table than the 2 or 3 players that may have gotten the opportunity to knock him off the hill. And so far, he's the one that appears nervous. Efrenreyes, calm and cool as a cucumber.
Well, again, he's calm, though, because he's had the opportunity to shoot.
He's at the table.
Right.
He's making balls.
Right.
You know, when you're making balls, you start building your confidence. Mike has not had every shot virtually that Mike has had has been
1 in the corner.
a must-make, super difficult. He hasn't had shots like this, where Efren is making balls and has some easy shots. That builds his confidence up.
Hasn't had any layups. It's really true.
6 in the corner.
Really has been a decidedly different looking and sounding and shooting Mike Siegel than the one that beat you in the first ever IPT event, Lori John.
That's because of nerves.
Your nerves or his?
His now, mine then.
Okay.
Corner side.
You know, Mike told us yesterday that when Efrenreyes first came to the U.S. from the Philippines in the
5 in
80s,
the corner.
he blew through everybody, and nobody could find a way to stop him. Mike Siegel was the first person stateside to beat the magician, and that's why Mike has Efren's respect.
7 ball in the corner.
Well, it's interesting because when they polled players, what player do you respect the most? Efrenreyes answer, Mike Siegel.
8 ball in the corner.
And Efrenreyes takes the first game in set 2.
And now keeps the break. We have yet to see Mike Siegel break the balls.
I mean, I got to hit the
On the left is Nick Varner.
Game
On the
2.
right is Billy and Cardona, 2 longtime friends of Mike.
You know, even as cornermen at this point, they just need to keep encouraging him. There's when.
But he's making a ball on the break and opening the balls up.
But when he has not made a ball on the break, look at the shots that Mike has had to shoot.
And that's just really been
Bad luck.
the way the balls have rolled, yeah.
Well, 10 breaks in the match so far from EFREN. In half those breaks, he has dropped a ball and held on to the cue.
But with this format where the winner breaks, anything can happen. If Mike wins a game, he then gets the break, and he could easily run 5, 6, 7 racks in a row.
Again, he's going to shoot the one ball.
Oh,
Wow.
Missed.
Missed a layup there. Another opportunity now for the King of the Hill.
Now, again, this is pressure, isn't it, Lori John?
I don't know if he took his eye off of it or if he just missed it.
Well, you know, EFREN just a month and a half ago had LASIK surgery on his eyes. He also has a neck problem. He just flew in from Japan. He's been, and the good and the bad news is he's played 10 matches in 2 days, 12 hours a day. Maybe fatigue, maybe the physical things are taking its toll.
This is a huge break for Mike. He's going to kiss it. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, there may be some folks watching this at home that are saying, you know, maybe Mike just needs to get onto the table and make some shots, shoot some shots, quit chatting, quit taking so much time, quit chalking your cue, drop a couple of balls and shut your mouth, and maybe you get rolling a little bit.
To be very honest with you, Mike is having a hard time. He actually, on that first shot, he wanted, I'm almost positive, he wanted to kiss off of the 2-ball.
And move it out.
And move the 2-ball out. He even missed that on a straight-in shot.
Play a 5.
He's absolutely, now look at him. He's got to play he's a mess. He has to play 2 combinations in a row because he got out of position twice.
On the center of the table. God almighty.
Wow.
What
He
was
miscued.
That was just a complete clank job.
What was that?
I think he miscued.
That was unbelievable.
Well, you got Mike Siegel needs to take a seat, close his eyes, put himself into his happy place for a little while, and completely regroup, because he just flat tanked that last shot. You know, this is a Hall of Fame player, voted as the greatest living pool player.
Here's Renee Siegel, Mike's wife.
14 ball.
I don't understand what's going on. I just don't.
13 inside.
Start freewheeling. I don't know what I'm dogging.
Boy, and once again, in very similar fashion as to the first set, Efrenreyes taking advantage of some miscues.
Mike's in the corner saying that he has to just start freewheeling a little bit, and he does because he's so tight that he's almost. Now, I've been there. You almost go blind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did say, I was correct. He did want to hit the 2-ball.
Right.
He on
Missed
a
it by a
straight-in
mile.
shot didn't even come close.
Didn't even come close.
So you almost go blind in some spots. You lose all perspective.
Well, it's like a golfer over a 2-foot putt, which he'll make 100 times out of 100 and lip out or miss it by a mile. And you think, how could he miss that? He's a professional. And the answer is the nerves, the pressure, all the muscle fibers begin to tighten up.
It's very difficult when you are tight to loosen up, to freewheel, as Mike put it. Because when you start, you want to freewheel, but then you might hit a ball right into the rail. Obviously, he did not want to hit that 7 ball.
Ball.
A lot of material here on this shot for Reyes.
Now these are the two, really, the two greatest players on the planet.
12 in the corner.
Bar none, because when you ask the average person, you know, or actually the pros, the peers, on who the best players are, these two names come up all the time.
And Mike Siegel is yet to win a game 2-0 in this second set.
On that one game.
Right.
He just needs to freewheel it and have fun. And he's going to get another. Oh,
yep, he makes a ball.
Thought he was going to get another opportunity there.
Every rack looks so good, and I can't run out.
Well, once again, to bring folks back in statistically, Mike Siegel in 10 games so far has missed 7 shots, really uncharacteristic.
They weren't 7 easy shots either, and that's really the challenge. Mike's shots that he's had, that he did miss, were all these really difficult shots. And you add the pressure, you know, even the greatest players in the world, like we're seeing, can miss those shots. We've seen EFREN miss some shots. So there you go, look at this.
That one did not sound good right off the cue ball. He misstruck that ball.
This is, now watch.
I don't understand what's happening. That's the same sound as Mike. Is that a miscue?
EFREN was just laughing, but miscuing. I'll tell you what, though, those lights, those cameras, this, you know, the standing room only crowd. Every Hall of Famer is here for the first time in history to watch a pool match, because this is the greatest match. Anything can happen.
Do you know what people don't understand also as a player? When the cue ball is frozen on the rail, I don't care what shot you're shooting, it becomes a difficult shot.
Oh, now look at the shot he's picking.
Oh. Wow. Are you, Lord John, are you surprised he didn't try to shoot the easier ball, the 10 ball?
I'm a little shocked.
I'm just dumbfounded
Astounded here right now.
Well, you know, maybe he's just not even thinking. Maybe he thought he was stuck with stripes.
Or perhaps, you know, Mike is just, he's trying to think so far outside the box to get himself snapped back into consciousness. He wanted to shoot a wild hair and ended up missing.
Stripes are definitely the right shot here, because nothing, you know, you can shoot the 10 ball in the side pocket.
Right.
So right there, that would make it a correct choice of balls. But when you have not made a ball yet, I know me, I know I would have, and maybe it would have been wrong, but I know I would have shot the 1 ball.
Right.
God, this table's flying around. I can't believe
I almost don't think EFREN can believe this. I mean, if you would have said this outcome right now.
Clunk.
Do you hear that? It's something's either wrong with his cue stick. Something just doesn't sound good.
That last shot sounded a little cleaner, a little more pure. He's got himself in a pretty good position for that ball in the corner pocket. As he drops the 12 ball.
That was a beautiful stroke there. He hit the ball with high left-hand English, or middle left-hand English, or right-hand English. Came 1-2 rails, and beautiful, beautiful line there.
Yeah, that's called reverse English. A lot of people at home may not realize just how incredibly difficult that was to make the ball. He needed to use that reverse English to put the cue ball there, so he has a shot here.
Drops the 14.
And he's right in position. That was beautifully done.
8 in the corner.
And now it's 3. Lost when the big money's on the line.
And Mike knows he's just not representing himself well today.
Right.
2 balls dropped for Reyes on that break.
Mike's saying it's embarrassing, and when you get to that point where you just want to crawl under the table and die, it's hard. It really is hard to come out of it.
Trailing 3 games to none in what is an elimination set for Mike Siegel.
The tables used are the official table of the International Pool Tour, the IPT, manufactured by Diamond. With the traditional size pockets, which are smaller. The cloth is official International Pool Tour tournament cloth, which is a nap cloth. It's slower than a lot of the worsted cloths being used in a lot of tournaments and tours. The balls are IPT tournament balls. Chalk is International Pool Tour tournament chalk. The finest equipment's being used here. Toughest conditions, tougher than any condition in a pool room, generally speaking.
2 in the corner.
Now, Lori John, is Efren going to have any trouble with that cluster of balls in the middle of the table there?
Well, no, because he's the magician.
A normal human may have.
He's got the 4, 7, and 8 real close to each other. There goes the 4.
He's just,
did he want to do that?
No, he didn't.
He just did this.
He did not want to do that.
And now this ball, the 8 ball, doesn't really go anywhere.
No, that was definitely not something that he wanted to do.
So he's going to watch for that. He's going to try to probably knock that out somehow.
As you can see, the 7 ball, I don't know if he's going to be able to shoot this 7 in this corner pocket. If that goes, he has that option, or he has this option with this ball in the side pocket.
And it looks like he's chosen the 7 ball. He's got to clear that 12 ball too, which he does nicely.
Almost missed.
Not an easy shot here. Almost misses that.
Now he has to make a choice on where he's going to make this 8 ball.
Does the 8 ball go anywhere?
No, it doesn't, and that's why I'm trying to figure out which ball he's looking at to possibly hit the 14 or go into the 8 ball to just break them up.
3 ball in the corner.
You know, it seems to look from this match as though when you put Efrenreyes up on 1 foot, he really gets froggy up there and can hurt you, like Cher atop the piano. He props himself up, and he's real good.
That he is. Now, I think he wanted the cue ball. There's no question that he wanted the cue ball to come over here instead of where he is, so he could have had angle on the 6 ball to possibly try and hit the 8 ball.
6 in the corner.
But that did not happen.
He's got to clear that 10 ball, the blue stripe ball, which he does. These have not been easy shots in this rack for Efrenreyes.
If he goes over here too much, he draws into the 10. They got like perfect on him.
5 in the side.
Hit it.
Okay.
So he was trying to get over here so he could play the 8 ball down here.
Yes. Yes.
And he didn't do it, but now
did not do it.
He can still see it, can he?
Does he have any kind of shot there?
Barely. He has to hit this 8 ball first. He cannot hit this ball, the 14 ball first.
Now, if he doesn't hit the 8 ball first with the cue ball, then Mike Siegel has ball in hand.
Yes. But it is not loss of game.
Correct. But Mike Siegel should be able to run these balls.
There's no question.
You would think.
8 in the corner.
Okay, now
this is
magician.
He doesn't have it.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. The pool gods Unbelievable.
Harry Houdini has taken notice from another world because this magician has quite an act tonight.
Unbelievable.
Side anyway, if I can.
Did you see the speed he hit it at?
He couldn't have hit it any hard. Watch this. He had to hit it perfect speed because if he hit it harder, it doesn't go in.
No.
Shot of the day so far.
Unbelievable.
And if you're Mike Siegel, you've got to think that everything has conspired against you now. 4 games to none for the magician.
And even him, look at it.
That was the shot of the match.
Again, to refresh you, Mike Siegel is yet to break in the match. He'll have an open table here once again, however.
But look at
when he gets an open table, look at the table.
You've got the 11 ball is tied up with
You've got
the 6
these
ball.
balls tied up.
wreck.
These are tied up. These are tied up. Mike says, I want to sit down. I don't want to shoot this. This is
The 11 ball into the 15 ball, which is then going to go into the corner pocket. We'll be on a positive note there.
does not have to go.
Which will open up the stripes more.
This is unbelievably hard.
That's it.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Very good.
Got to get that mouth flapping again. Get Mike going.
That was a beautiful,
Look at
beautiful
this.
shot.
Perfect speed.
How to get that? How to get that out? Next is going to be the 9 ball.
What he was doing there is he wants to feel what the shot's going to be like if he puts the cue ball there. Is that correct?
Yes. Whenever you
Play the
see
9.
somebody aiming
9 ball.
another ball, that's where the cue ball is not. Yes, he's just looking at angles. He wants to get perfect angles every single time he shoots. And
So he
that
doesn't
is-
have to use funny English.
Exactly.
Try to.
or a hard shot.
Right.
Again, you don't want. If you don't get exact position, you have a difficult shot.
Come on, Boeing. God almighty.
But we saw him measure
14.
off where he
Where's
wanted
the
to leave
Boeing
it for the
there?
14 ball. Is that where he wanted to leave the cue?
Playing the 14 ball possibly all the way up into the corner pocket.
I think so.
What a, honestly, again, unbelievable.
But it shouldn't be this high.
Unbelievably hard shot.
Nope.
Go in.
Oh, he made it. Oh, he made a good shot
He
finally.
made
Yeah,
a
he
good
did.
shot.
Yeah, I
Wow.
hit the 5. It's, you know what I mean? One more time. I would like to hit the 5 there.
Boy,
top of
he
the
didn't
5
think
a
he
little
had it
bit.
either there, Kevin.
Well, he's still not out here.
And where does he want to leave the cue ball after that?
Well, this is his next ball
I was
here.
going to say anywhere
So-
in this vicinity to where you can make that 11
As
ball.
long as he gets it out there far enough.
This
Without
is a very,
scratching.
very difficult shot. The closer a cut shot is, distance-wise, between the cue ball and the object ball, the harder
Oh,
the
he made
shot
it.
is.
He made it.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
don't scratch. Well, that was Mike Siegel's shot of the match so
Yeah,
far.
it was.
That was beautiful. You have no idea how hard
He got
that shot
perfect position on that shot.
11 in the corner.
Was that a harder shot than the 14 ball he made earlier?
was. Yeah, probably.
Come on.
I don't know.
Don't do this, you idiot. Where's the spin?
He's fine. Now he's just talking a little game
Lady.
there.
Well, no, this is not easy.
never thought
This
I'd be
doesn't have to
saying
go.
that.
He's got this one here and here. That's for the game.
He's
Spin
fine.
A little more.
This doesn't have to go.
Yeah, baby!
Mike Siegel
I
has
finally
gotten
won a
off the
game.
schneid and onto the scoreboard. His
Jesus
first
Christ
game
almighty.
Look
of
at
the
EFREN.
match.
God almighty.
He had to win one
Jeez.
point. He's just too doggone good a player.
Something.
He sure is.
Hey, whiz. Yeah. Yeah, now how do you like it?
He's talking to EFREN.
stuff.
But look, I don't like the way
That's how I felt like I was playing the whole match. And
Well, he bends his cue stick.
watch him
Where's
bend the
this? I
cue.
forgot where he's breaking from. It's been so long.
This is a brand new shaft. He's only had it a couple days ago. And the first time he used it, he broke and ran 8 in a row. Can we see this comeback?
I made one.
He will keep the
Kiss
break.
a Rooney. Uh-huh. Give me a shot anyway. Ooh, if I could hit the 10. Ooh, that would have been a throw in. I can't. I wish
Okay,
I
now
could.
watch this break compared to
Would have made this
Efren's.
a little easier.
Here's the replay here.
Oh, millionth of an inch. Look at that. Millionth of an inch there. 10, 12, throw them in. Right.
Now, if you ever do
Okay,
make the
4.
8 ball on the break,
11.
it's a win, automatic win.
Boy, I wish I could make this 10 ball.
See,
Boy.
right here, the cue ball is frozen against the 6 ball, the green ball.
And this is just the
And
luck
he
of the
can't-
roll.
again.
I mean,
Can't make it.
He wants to shoot the 10 ball in the corner
I
pocket,
gotta
and
play
he
the third.
can't
That's the
do
only
it.
shot I got, right?
I mean, what are the odds of breaking the balls like Mike,
All right. Play
as
that.
hard as he
11.
hit it,
11
and having
ball.
one shot only?
And this is where people will
instead
tell
of
you,
3 or 4 or 5 different options.
you know,
Exactly.
you can be a big breaker, you can be a brilliant breaker, but you've got to have a little luck.
If Mike keeps going, he will create his own luck.
11.
Well, he gets on the scoreboard, winning his first game of the match after losing his first 12.
Combination shot here.
Yes, he's shooting the 13 ball to the 11 ball. Great shot.
And he left it perfect. Again, when you break the balls, if you make any ball, you can still choose solids or stripes. You don't
Yes.
have to choose solids if you only made a solid, or if you only made a stripe, you don't have to have stripes. You can choose whichever group you want.
And that makes sense because, you know, if you are
15.
if you're getting bad luck, if you made
15
3
ball.
solids and you're hooked on a solid, why should you be punished?
Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 12.
12 ball.
Now, do you see how nice he stroked that ball?
Yeah.
Did you
straighter
notice
now.
He
that?
stayed down. He
Stayed
didn't
down, he
flip
just-
his cue stick off to the right or to the left like he's been doing. I've never seen him do that before.
12.
He always just stays down. All of a sudden, he's flipping his cue stick around. Let's see if he moves his cue stick. He stayed down there.
Shots have been a little more automatic for Mike Siegel after winning a game. He's had some easier decisions, certainly, but he looks a little more comfortable by and large.
No, he's letting his stroke out a little bit. But he's still, the pressure's unbelievable.
13.
We'll
13.
have a good look at that
13
13 ball, perched right at the pocket.
But he
Now he
has
just
to,
has to get some angle on the 14
right, he's
ball.
got to get that cue ball in position.
He either needs to come to the rail. Yep.
Oh,
rail.
that was
Oh,
perfect.
oh, whoa! Whoa! Gee whiz.
Now, the reason why he's saying whoa, whoa is if that cue ball ends up on the rail, now he's got to
14.
shoot over the 3 ball.
Right.
Eight ball in the corner.
Four to 2 in favor of Reyes as
Could
Mike
we-
wins 2 in a row.
Could we be seeing?
Second straight break for Mike Siegel. He
All
drops a ball. Cue ball can sit right there. A couple of balls dropped
Get in.
for Mike.
Now, do you see his cue stick
Jim.
bend? I mean, that's the Siegel break. He's got a very
Guys are
powerful
really-
break.
I've seen him break the shaft years ago on the
think I'll
break.
try
He
that.
On the
just-
break.
He broke his shaft, just split in half.
That's amazing.
And you talk about winning 8 in a row. How about winning 9 straight major tournaments as Mike Siegel did between 1986 and 1987?
Well, that's like unheard of.
And back in the day, it was thought that nobody could win 3 straight international major tournaments. And Mike Siegel ripped off 9 consecutive wins. If he wasn't on the map then, he certainly put him on the map, put himself on the map in the middle 80s.
This is a great, great opportunity for Mike because none of the balls are in trouble. He's
Play
going
one.
to
One ball.
choose. He's choosing the low balls. And you can see the 2-ball. Whenever a ball's hanging in the pocket,
Right.
you usually want to choose that type of, you know, if you can, you want to choose
7 ball.
that option because Efren can't make that 13 ball right now in that pocket, and he's going to keep that 2-ball there for a little bit.
2.
That's a little more confident
2
stroke.
ball.
It's a completely different stroke than what we saw in the first game.
How is he going for the 2?
He's going for the combination now, but he'll keep the 6-ball there.
That
Just
bowling
trading
pretty
places.
good there now.
Wanted the cue ball to come a little further, I think.
6 ball.
Oh. Oh. God.
Do you see 2 inches off, an inch off, and you're on the wrong angle?
See,
You're on
it's
you know, rather than being here and having a straight-in shot, he's now on an angle where the cue ball's coming, you know, just away from the 5-ball and the 3-ball.
And that's the speed, the pressure, the lights make
4
the
ball.
cloth run a little different speed. Not automatic.
He chose to just hit the ball and come out, which is he's confident now.
I can see that.
Not necessarily where he wanted to be, but now he's seeing where he can get angle to get on this 8-ball because he cannot make the 8-ball in this corner. He's going to have to make the 8-ball in the right-hand corner pocket.
5 ball.
5 ball.
Oh, that bounced back brilliantly to put him in a spot for the 3-ball.
It's all right, but
He would have liked a little bit more angle.
God, I really want to swing around.
That's
Oh, hey, Reyes. Come on now.
now it's hard for him to reach the shot.
Why not use the crutch there?
3 ball.
You either like using the bridge or you do not.
And he
like
doesn't. And he also shoots left-handed and right-handed.
Yes. Oh, you know what? He has. Okay, he has a little
8
bit
ball
of
in the
room
corner.
there. I thought that ball was tying up, but that's a.
Now this is the toughest ball.
Yes, it is.
For the game.
Right in the heart.
3 in a row for Mike Siegel.
So important to make a ball on the break. You make the 8 on the break, you win. You scratch, the opponent gets ball anywhere on the table.
And I heard Mike say when you're playing the top players in the
shot.
world,
Give me a shot, Ski.
even when you have them 7-2,
Give me the
7-1,
shiz out, Ski. Oh, I could play this, right?
you can lose.
Right. Ooh.
Let me look. I'll tell you before I shoot. Play the 2.
2 ball.
He's playing the 12 into the 2-ball right now. Great shot.
Money.
Now, for everyone at home, he picked solids. Even though he hit strike ball first, you can only do that on the break.
Right.
So Mike called the 2-ball. He hit the strike ball first, but that's a legal shot on the break only. Now, he always has to hit a solid ball first.
7 in the corner.
That was a perfect shot because now everything is fairly open.
Yeah, a little straight on this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Definitely did not
Boy,
want
he
to
knows
be
it. Yeah.
straight and over the 9-ball again.
Overdid it.
6 in the corner.
And this is where he has to use English to move the cue ball around.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Look at that.
Great shot.
Ho, baby. Ho! Got me. Got me. I can't make it, can I? They got me. Look at that.
See, he
He's
was
saying,
trying to make this
That's
ball
hard
here.
to believe. I just did that.
He wanted to have the cue ball here so
Hard
he
to
could make
believe
it.
I can't land the
now,
rail for the 5.
Now he's all messed up.
Got careless on this.
Does he have a shot there, or is the 3-ball in the way?
Look what I just did. That's hard
Well,
to
the 3
believe
ball's
there.
the 3 ball's in the
That's hard
way.
to believe
This
what I
ball
just
is in the
did
way
there.
right
Okay.
now, to where it's hard for him to
All I gotta do is lay
make the
anywhere on the
5-ball.
rail.
Now he might.
I'm going to play the 5. I'm playing the 5.
He's going to try to jump.
I'm playing the 5. That's what I'm playing. Play the 5.
5 in the corner.
I never even hit it.
And a scratch to boot.
I thought it would jump. You believe what I just did there? I just got careless on the 7, got straight on the 6. I mean, how stupid am I? Huh?
You didn't, the ball never got up? And the strike balls are just kind of sitting there waiting to be picked off.
Yeah, pretty much. They're all right in a row.
Well, that was the 5th miss in this second set by Mike Siegel.
Right in the
And again,
corner.
his misses, unlike, which is very interesting because Mike's misses were all on difficult shots. So really what Mike has done is either A, got very unlucky when EFREN missed where he didn't leave Mike anything, or Mike just didn't position himself correctly, giving himself.
As was the case with that last shot.
Right. EFREN, on the other
Pinball.
hand, missed a few easy shots, which is very uncharacteristic. So it's pretty interesting both ways.
Boy, and the rest of this diagram looks fairly friendly for Efrenreyes to pad his lead and jump out to a 5-3 advantage in this elimination set.
All right, and EFREN then gets to break back, which means Mike could be sitting there for the rest of the tournament and never have another shot.
13 in the corner.
Looking back at that, Laurie John, did he choose the right shot when he tried to jump and play that 5?
You know what? I don't know.
14 in the corner.
I don't know. When he said to bank the 1 ball, kind of liked that option because he could have kissed it off of the 10 ball, no matter where it hit on the rail, if he could have banked it.
Certainly, he was thinking worst case scenario if he tries to jump and make the 5, he misses it. He
12 in the
wasn't
corner.
thinking that he'd scratch on that.
Well, again, we're not. The smallest cue stick that you're allowed
ball
to
on the
use is a
side.
53-inch. So we're not allowed to use small jump cues anymore.
Ah.
It's
So
very
it's much
difficult.
harder
Yes.
to jump with a
great
full,
point.
Very
full-length
difficult.
Great
cue.
point. This is Reyes for the game and for a 5-3 advantage in the set.
8 ball's always the toughest.
Game 9 of set 2. Mr. Reyes leads 5-3.
Okay, Mike.
Didn't make a ball.
Yep.
But look, I mean,
Again.
this is unbelievable. Look at he's only has 1 shot, doesn't he?
1 shot, and it's over a ball. He has
Instantly not made balls on the break.
And he's always left Mike with something crazy.
Come on now.
Get
little
in.
love. Man.
Gosh.
No members roll there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable what we're seeing here.
This is unbelievable.
He barely could reach that shot.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
It's spooky what's happening.
I mean, what are you going to do? I can't even see the ball.
You get the sense that maybe if we waited 5-6 minutes, like at the end of Caddyshack, that ball would drop in.
Well, you know, Mike is a very
Ball on the
emotional
table,
player.
it's
He was
throw in if I get a shot there.
10 years ago. He was in New York, missed the ball, broke his cue in half, snapped it right.
Endless possibilities.
3 ball.
Normally you hit that shot, you hit it real full.
You know, we've said this a couple of times
That was
before.
close.
Yeah, that EFREN has not consistently struck the ball with that crisp breaking sound. Every once in a while you hear the clank come off the cue, and maybe that's another one of those opportunities for Mike Siegel.
Possibly. I mean, he hit that 3 ball into the rail.
Yeah,
Just a
and-
little bit. Just he's hitting it at pocket speed, so the 4.5-inch pockets are taking it. But he's not hitting them in the middle of the pocket.
Well, that's a good point.
5 ball.
On the other hand, I have to say I have never seen in my whole life
1 ball.
of watching pool after the break, Mike. The
breaks.
shots that the shots that Mike is having to shoot after a break.
Right, the breaks that he hasn't gotten. Well, you know, it reminds me of Tiger Woods playing in the British Open, the Open Championship. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd round when he hit like an 81 or 82. Everything went wrong. I mean, he was the greatest golfer probably of all time. And everything that could go wrong, every break that could go against Tiger that particular round went wrong. And it feels like the same thing with Mike Siegel. Every break that could go against him is going against him. The question is, can he turn it around? And we all know he can.
6 ball.
All he has to do is get the break back.
Oh my
And
God.
Okay.
And that was a
Now-
huge break.
Now, I'll explain this. He called the ball into the side pocket, missed the pocket that he called. The ball went in another pocket. That ball stays down.
He wanted it in this pocket. He called it in this pocket, but it went in this pocket.
Right, and so the ball stays down,
13.
but it's a loss of shot. Now it's Mike is back at the table, and he gets a chance to shoot.
13 ball on the side.
Mike is now the striped balls. Oh, he played that perfect.
Nice stroke.
Worth a clap. All right.
A clap, singular.
He needs the audience to warm up. He needs to warm up, and he still has a chance.
No, Mike is every bit the showman. No question, he feeds off the energy of
Right in
a
the
sold-out
side.
venue.
Is Renee Siegel his wife?
Poor Renee. It's worse on the spouses than it is on the players.
Could have gone a hair more on that.
Yeah, if he went in a little bit more, if the cue ball was here, again, here, he could shoot the 14 into this corner right here, but he didn't get
11.
there, so. These are small, those are
11.
small things that people, it's not really a trouble ball, but it is a trouble ball.
You know, back to that crowd for a moment, Laura John. Mike lives in Orlando. He's from Rochester, New York
15
originally,
corner.
but it's almost as though this field of the 42 best players in the world came to his backyard to try to knock him off the hill. And so far, the visitor has been doing a number on him.
As long as Mike Siegel is at the table, I would never count him out.
Oh,
12 in the corner.
Well, both of these players at this caliber have the ability to basically break and run as many racks as they want.
14 in the corner.
He got exactly where he
Exactly where he
Needed.
wanted, loosening up a little bit. Keep in mind, his key is not only just making the ball, but moving the cue ball to give him a good, easy shot on the 8. So he's doing two things, moving that cue ball and making the ball.
pulling it
Reyes,
and coming
Mike,
off.
what the heck?
8 in the corner.
Sinks the 8 ball, and he trails Efrenreyes by just 1 game in this race to 8.
And he gets the break back, but this does not have to go.
Four games for Siegel to 5 for Reyes.
He's
As the
flicking
mouth
that cue. Did you see him flick that cue again?
It's okay.
After
it
the
went,
shot,
it went
it
in.
went
though.
in.
Forgot how to spin the cue ball. I'm keeping it up, don't worry.
He is darn near the 11th hour.
Set 2, game 10.
I'll tell you what, both Efren and Mike, they don't know what the word quit or give up means. And they both know they can win this.
There we go. Don't put me on the rail. Don't put me on the rail.
A couple of balls drop on the big break.
See, he's got a big break. And notice how he bent that cue. So he's got a great break. Balls are opened up. Cue ball's not frozen on a rail. He actually has more than one shot now to choose
Yes,
from,
he
Lori John.
does. And the balls, there's no frozen balls together. So that's everything's fairly wide open.
I'm going to go for solids.
Well, all the balls are wide open. The only
bing.
balls
Bada
that he
boom,
has to
bada
worry
bing.
about are
Here,
these
back.
down here. That would be his only
Two
trouble
goes.
balls.
So, you know,
Here
what he's
goes
doing
there.
is he's looking where every
6.
ball can go. He's kind of figuring out.
I guess
his,
I got to play solids anyway, right?
He got to figure out his whole. You know, I'm going to shoot this first, then that one, then that one, then that. He's going through all of his options.
Hold on.
Exactly. You know, it's very difficult when you have an open rack and you can shoot a solid or a stripe. You have to make the right decision. There is correct and there is incorrect, and you have to choose the
Slice
Ball
correct
on the
ones.
side.
It's called playing the patterns.
That's exactly right. So he's choosing the low ones, which is a great choice.
See, and that wasn't the easiest shot on the table, which
Seven.
an amateur player or a beginning player would probably shoot the easiest shot, but you
Play
don't.
a 7.
A professional at this level is not going to shoot necessarily the easiest shot. He's going to shoot the shot that sets him up for to run the whole table.
7 in the corner.
And he's shooting the 7 ball now because the 8 ball doesn't go, you know, he's going to shoot the 8 ball in the corner also. So he has to get that 7 ball out first.
Keep in mind, this is the second set. EFREN won the first set 8-0. And Mike really didn't do
God,
anything
this
wrong.
Table getting wet. Wow.
See, the table's getting wet,
Boy, this thing's
Yes.
getting a
which
little
means
wet.
that the cloth is getting slower and slower and slower, and the cloth was already slow.
Son of a gun.
Which makes it harder and harder and
Yes.
harder.
Which in the Philippines, where the humidity's
2 in the corner.
150%,
They're used to that.
they're used to.
Well, the scandal theorists
Slow clock.
tried to explain the great finish by the 3 Filipino players as having something to do with home-friendly conditions, not to mention the fact that the 3 of them are extremely talented.
That's all right.
Yeah, it really is true. It's kind of like in tennis. You know, in tennis you
Not
have
going to be easy.
Wimbledon is played on grass.
I
The French
forgot
Open
about the 11.
is played on
I guess that actually
clay.
goes on this table.
And a guy like Pete Sampras always won at Wimbledon but could
Dirty
never win on
rat.
clay. Even though it's tennis,
Dirty
the
Rhea is that.
conditions are different. Same thing here. This cloth is very slow, and 8 ball is different than 9 ball on a
I mean, look,
fast
hold on.
table. Big difference. Different game. Different skills are required. Different
Goes in,
strokes are
goes
required.
in, but
Mike is looking at here. He's trying to figure out what happened was this 11 ball came in. This 11 ball right here came into the picture. He did not want that ball to be there. Now the 8 ball, he's checking out if the 8 ball goes in this corner pocket right here. And he's trying to see, he's trying to find the ball, the key ball before the 8 ball. He's trying to pick which one that's going to be and exactly
Nothing wrong
where
with
he
that.
has to be.
nothing wrong with that.
Remember again, EFREN won the first set. Mike is down 4 games to 5. He has to win this set, otherwise
5
it's
ball.
over. That was a good stroke.
It was a very good stroke.
Well,
And he still wants to get exactly in this position.
four.
4 in the corner.
To me, it looks like the 8 ball does not go past the 11 ball. And Mike
Three.
actually might
Three
be
to
trying to
side.
get in this area right here
think you're
to
right.
shoot the 8 ball in this corner pocket.
I think you're 100% correct.
unless I can't see something.
Now he makes the ball. Does he get in position for the 8? Watch that cue ball. Oh, he did it. Unbelievable.
Wow.
What a great shot.
Wow.
That ball took a hard left turn.
Wow.
This is to tie the set.
Oh, he got it.
Even at 5 apiece. It was the
Race to
second
three.
to last shot that was the most impressive in a game that was filled with impressive shots by the
Watch
reigning king of
this.
the hill.
Look at this. The
What a
spin
great
he had to put
shot.
on that cue ball to make it do that,
Not only that, look at this. He missed the 12 ball.
which was unbelievable.
He didn't hit the 12 ball. And again, people out there who are just watching
Well, and it
TV,
wasn't- I
just
made sure I
watching
drew
this on TV,
past
that
the
was
8. It was what I was trying
unbelievable.
to do on the 2. I didn't think of the 11. And maybe could have gone. I don't know.
All tied up.
5 games apiece in this
Game 11.
elimination second set.
He can run the next 3.
A must-win set for Mike Siegel. Otherwise, the new King of the Hill title is bestowed upon Efren
I
Reyes.
hit those crappy. I made one, though. Off the rail. Oh! Jeez, I hit those bad.
So keep the break.
Boy, I'll
Incredible
play the
shot
14.
if you remember on the 8 ball.
14 ball.
Okay, he's going to shoot the 14 ball in the corner. Or in the side. No, in the corner.
And he missed it.
No, he
No,
got
he
it.
didn't.
He got it. See, now that's called cheating the pocket, and he knows how that ball's going to react now. They're learning what the ball does when it hits the rail. He's knowing how far he can hit it on the side of the rail and still get the ball to go in.
But it's called pocket speed. Very key. He hit it pocket speed to where if he hit it any harder than that, Kevin, it would not have gone.
Right. And also the cue ball wouldn't be here for this shot.
That was a great shot because this 11 ball that he just pocketed in the corner pocket obviously could not have gone.
What's going to happen
Which is
here?
why he
in the
played.
side, exactly.
Actually,
He took, again, the harder shot.
I'm playing the 12.
12 ball.
Just in case I get stuck. Play the 12.
Okay, he's going to shoot the 12 ball right past the 9 and the 2 into the corner pocket.
Which means he has to be perfect.
12, bump 8, 10 in the same pocket, right?
Exactly.
That's what that looks like.
He just told us what he's going to do.
Yeah. So he's planning to put the cue ball into the 8,
Bumping
bump
into
it
the
out of
8,
the way. Let's see if it happens.
Great.
Wow. I hit it
Oh,
like a pig, though.
and look at that.
That's the only problem.
But what's wrong with that? Did he left it too close to the strike ball?
Well, what happened was he hit it with such
Hit it like a
authority.
pig. All I had to do was split those balls.
For the next shot.
13.
Over a ball is very difficult, very hard, because you notice he's almost hitting down on the ball.
When you hit down on the ball, you also put English on the cue ball, which changes your spot on the object ball where you're going to hit.
And he missed
Boy, I
one of
wish I
these
could
earlier.
hit this
Yes.
a little better. Just a little better.
He's got to hit this perfect, because if he
little
hits
better.
it, if he hits the cue ball just a little off, it's going to swerve, and he could miss this ball by 5 inches. It could look horrible.
Nope. All I had to do was catch the rail
Hit
here.
a little fat.
Tough shot.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. What's the deal here, Effie?
Wow. That was a relatively easy shot, certainly by their standards,
Well,
that Efrenreyes missed.
As I mentioned, the
This ain't
shots,
no hanger.
the shots that
This
Efren
box.
has missed, like this one, are relatively easy. The
Hey.
shots that Mike has missed have been the very hard shots. I mean, where you could expect him to miss.
Boy, and this is again an example
If I
perhaps of
could roll
momentum.
this
I mean,
in,
Efren
feel a
had been
little
seated
happier.
for quite a bit.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He's been sitting in the chair watching Mike all this time, and now
can't
he
roll
gets
that
up,
in.
and again,
This
the
is where
cue
you
ball
need,
was on the
what's
rail.
her name, to shoot this
You know,
for
people,
me.
I'm telling you, people do not realize that when the cue ball's on the
They were trying to do something with the cue ball funny.
yes.
Man, that Laurie John would not be pocket speed.
No. For pulling his cue stick, jumping up. Now he's going to shoot. He's got a tough shot here.
And he misses.
The bad sound. We heard
Oh,
he
baby.
hit the rail there with his
He
cue.
hit something here.
Now, these are the two
He left it
greatest
good.
players in the world.
You left it good.
Again,
I'm going to bank it for the corner.
our
Here,
game
9 over
score
here.
is tied at 5 apiece. This is a crucial game.
Ball, cross corner.
This is so hard.
It is unbelievable shot, but if he makes it, it is unbelievable.
Ah, look how that reversed. Man, that would have been a hanger if I'd have hit it.
Changing the conditions of how the balls react off the
Easy
cushions.
if I'd have overcut the two. I'm not easy. But
Now, Efren's been cold
Yeah.
here. He's missed
3
2
ball.
shots in a row.
Yep.
Now he's shooting the 3 ball in the corner, which is the right shot.
Again,
What
a
a-
crucial game. We're tied at 5 games apiece in this elimination second set. Whoever wins this game to take the 6-5 lead not only takes the advantage, but needs to
I
only
tried to
run
play
2
cue
racks
balls. I'm trying to slide up
to
there.
win this one. And it could be
couldn't get the
Reyes
cue ball on the third
to
tee.
win 2 more racks for the championship
He's,
here.
he's unhappy where he got position. I mean, the balls are kind of open, but he's
Well,
still got a little bit of a challenge
Again,
here.
he didn't want to be where he was. He wanted to be over here, you know, because these balls are over here. So the 1 and the 7 ball. And right now where his cue ball is, he's going to have to do something
ball.
just a little bit funny. Let me tell you, guys do not like to slow roll balls like that. Players themselves, I don't like to slow roll a ball like that. And that's what he did not want to do.
Why is
that's
that?
why he was, because it's just you can put more English on the cue ball, and it's a bigger room for error, bigger room to miss than if you just hit the ball in.
Contrary to what the amateur would think.
Oh, exactly. Like for instance, when
Five-ball.
when Efren shot that 3-ball, he hit it in with authority.
With authority.
Son of a bitch, missed 2 balls.
Siegel has to win this set, otherwise it's over. And Efren is the new King of the Hill and the richest winner in pool history.
And he's left a pretty friendly diagram here.
Yes.
You know, of the
One in the
42
corner.
players that were at this invitational from all over the world,
And missed 2 balls.
the last 3
Ball in the corner.
were from the Philippines.
Rail.
And I asked Mike Siegel last night why the Filipinos are dominating pool.
Game to 3.
They're the Hall of Famers right there.
Definitely not
Set
this kind
2,
of pressure.
game 12. Mr. Reyes leads 6 games to 5.
Again, the longer the match goes, the wetter the cloth gets.
And the harder it gets.
is.
Efrenreyes is 2 racks away from becoming the new King of the Hill and awarding himself the biggest purse in pool history.
Well, here, okay, Efren made a ball on the shot, and this is, which is, I don't think is really going to be a trouble ball. The 3-ball and what looks like the 12-ball are the only trouble balls on the table.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty open table for someone of
What he's-
Efren's caliber. He can knock those balls out right
Well,
now.
he's going to do that. He's going to shoot the 11 ball in the corner pocket and knock the
11 ball.
12 ball away. Perfect.
Perfect. I hit that perfect.
And it was about where you hit the 12 ball. Again, an amateur might break them up hard. And you didn't have to do that. All you had to do was touch the ball enough to get it out for him to be able to make it into the corner pocket.
12 in the corner.
Balls are wide open from this spot.
4 more open balls of the stripe, and then the 8 for the win. And this will put Efren on the hill with just 1 game away from winning it all.
Now, how would that change Efren's life?
15 inside.
Making sure he doesn't do that clink again.
I would imagine that Efrenreyes will be every bit the pool hall rat, to borrow the basketball term, the gym rat phraseology that he was before he entered this tournament. As we've already talked about, pool is such a way of life for him and some of the other Filipino players that are here.
Well, you know, after this tournament, win or lose, there's a good chance that Efren is going right to the pool hall. I mean, absolutely.
Absolutely right.
He's probably
Right in the
going right to
corner.
the whole pool hall.
Well, I didn't like that shot, what he just did.
Well, he put himself on the rail.
He left himself on the rail. Probably one of the only areas on the whole pool table that would make this now difficult. And if you don't, it is absolutely the pressure. This is very uncharacteristic like for his positioning.
Clunk. Makes it no
Got
problem.
it.
Earlier in the tournament, EFREN played fellow Hall of Famer Buddy Hall, known as the Rifleman,
10 in the corner.
and beat him 8-0.
Efren's laughing right now at his positioning.
14 in the corner.
Well, he's in an okay spot there, isn't he?
He's fine. It's just not exactly where he wants, and I think you can just, you know, it's just the tension building up, and you can just feel it. He's this much closer to $200,000 in his
He's
pocket.
real close now. He's starting to smell it. He drops the 8-ball here. He needs just one rack to become the new king of the hill.
And he has the break.
Privy to whatever it is he's saying to his corner people.
Mike is probably just wondering if he's going to get a chance to even get to the table again.
Yeah.
I mean, EFREN obviously can, if he makes the ball on the break, could run the table and just win it all.
Well, there's been a few times that
game
EFREN
13.
has broken the balls that
The
nothing went
Reyes
in.
lead 7 games
So-
to 5 in set 2.
Mike has to hope for that. No,
Layout.
not at all.
Unless he falters here, Mike Siegel could be packing his bags and giving up his crown.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Unless he misses, and with this layout, I don't see
5-ball.
that happening.
Biggest prize money in the history of the game.
Mike Siegel losing at a championship table is a rarity, as we've just addressed. Rarer still, in fact, it's never happened where Mike Siegel has lost in a 2 out of 3 set championship format.
Lost me the whole fucking match.
Now, EFREN has just taken his time on this. I mean, this is it. This is it. He can take as much time as he needs to make sure he's going to get in perfect line with every single shot.
You know, this King of the Hill comes up annually at the International Pool Tour. We have matches all over the world for our tour players and open championships where people, men and women of any age, can try to qualify to play on our tour. I'd encourage everyone to go to www.internationalpooltour.com to get all the information on our schedule of tournaments, events, and qualifiers.
I can tell you one thing. I've told my children for years. That was a great shot that he just made because he had only half the pocket there. But I told my kids for years they always wanted to play pool. And I'm like, no, don't.
One in the corner.
And now with the new IPT, I'm telling them, go ahead, go play pool.
You can earn millions, exactly.
You can actually earn a lot of money,
For the first time in history, the IPT is now offering pool players a chance to earn the type of money that the PGA players make and other professional athletes.
Efrenreyes is on the verge of climbing the hill and knocking off one of the most highly decorated players this sport has ever seen.
6.
3 more balls plus the 8 for the $200,000 first prize.
God, what did that do?
He's cracked that Cheshire Cat-like smile a couple of times, almost like he feels bad about winning in the fashion he has.
He hasn't really done anything.
He's a pretty fearless player, too.
The only thing he has to, the only position on this table that he could end up in that he can't make the 8-ball would be behind this ball right here. That's the only place he does not want to get.
And he's perfect.
This is it, folks.
Look at him.
The fans responding to Efrenreyes. He's won this crowd over. Mike Siegel came here a favorite, certainly in his own mind.
Set, match.
And a crowd favorite as well.
Yeah!
A new king of the hill.
EFREN.
Wow. How excited is he right now?
Oh, he must be absolutely. There's Renee Siegel, very disappointed, obviously. A historic match, historic proportions, largest prize money in the history of the sport. Over $1 million was given away in this tournament with the 43 best pool players from all over the world. And EFREN comes away the champion. Dramatic fashion, beating men, women to get here against Mike SIGEL. And EFREN continues to have the title of never losing when the big money is on the line.
Mr. Mike SIGEL.
For Mike SIGEL, he really could never recover after the slow start today, guys.
I'll take this. Well, I wish it would have been closer. I mean, it was one of those things. This guy's a tough guy right here. I know that. But things happen. That's how this game is. This is the toughest game there ever is. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I really, really felt like I was going to play absolutely like how I kind of got started there in the second set, and I got beat 8-0. He played great. I do want a rematch now. That I definitely want. But no, he played great. I mean, it's a lot of pressure out here. You know, I don't know. People are saying maybe I didn't play in the tournament. That's the first time that's ever happened where, you know, all the other players were playing a lot. I mean, I got nothing to say. I mean, he played good and he won. I mean, that's, I guess I can just go home and sulk while I put this $100,000 in the bank.
Thank you. I would like to present to the new King of the Hill, Mr. EFRENreyes, his award for his fabulous match play. $200,000. You want to say a few words?
Okay. Well, this is too much money for me now. You know, if I don't beat you like 4 games in a row, I might lose for this match. You know, that I get lucky at you. If you play like the same years before, maybe I don't have a chance. Anyway, thank you for everybody. And thank you for the IPT tour and for all the staff. And of course to Mike SIGEL. Thank you.